The worst meats you should never eat. Doctors are warning everyone right now. What if I told you that I sent 12 different meats from my grocery store to a lab last month? The results that came back? My doctor looked at 3 of them and said, I wouldn't feed these to my dog. One of these is probably in your fridge right now. Another one, the meat industry spent millions convincing you is healthy. And the third, it's been linked to a 44% increased risk of early death. I'm going to show you exactly which meats made the danger list, the hidden ingredients your body can't process, and most importantly, what you should be eating instead. Let's get into it. Look, 3 months ago, I was the guy buying whatever meat was on sale. Deli turkey for sandwiches? Every week. Rotisserie chicken? Absolutely. That bacon-wrapped everything phase? Yeah, I went through that too. Then my annual physical came back with some numbers I didn't like. Inflammation markers elevated. My doctor asked one question. Walk me through what you're eating. When I listed my regular meats, she actually paused, wrote something down, then said, I want you to research processed meats and factory farming. Really dig into it.
That conversation sent me down a rabbit hole. I'm not a doctor. I'm just someone who started asking questions. But what I found changed everything about how I shop. And I think it's going to change how you shop too. By the end of this video, you'll know the 3 worst types of meat, why they're dangerous, and exactly what to look for instead. Here's the thing. The average American eats 224 pounds of meat per year. That's according to the USDA. We're eating it 2, sometimes 3 times a day. But here's what most people don't know. That convenience meat, the pre-cooked, pre-sliced, ready in 5 minutes stuff, it comes with a cost that never shows up on the price tag. A 2023 study in the British Medical Journal followed over 500,000 people for nearly 2 decades. The findings? People eating the most processed meat had a 44% higher mortality risk. 44%. That's not a rounding error. That's a serious problem. So, let me break down the 3 worst offenders. Number 1 on the list, and this is the big one, processed meats. We're talking bacon, hot dogs, sausages, deli meats, ham, pepperoni, salami, basically anything that's been smoked, cured, salted, or had preservatives added. Now, I love bacon. I'm not here to ruin your breakfast, but let me show you what's actually happening. I picked up a standard package of deli turkey, flipped it over, saw sodium nitrite in the ingredients. That's the preservative that keeps meat pink and prevents bacteria. Here's the problem. When sodium nitrite gets exposed to high heat, like when you're frying bacon or grilling sausages, it forms compounds called nitrosamines. And nitrosamines are classified as probable carcinogens by the International Agency for Research on Cancer. In 2015, the World Health Organization put processed meats in Group 1 carcinogens, same category as tobacco and asbestos. Now, does that mean a hot dog equals a cigarette? No, the risk levels are different, but the evidence linking them to cancer, especially colorectal cancer, is what they call convincing. Specifically, eating just 50 grams of processed meat per day, that's 2 slices of deli turkey or 1 hot dog, increases your colorectal cancer risk by 18%. But here's where it gets sneaky. I bought 3 brands of uncured deli turkey. All said no nitrates or nitrites added. Natural packaging, farms, and green fields on the label. My doctor pointed something out. Look at the ingredients. Every single one had celery powder or celery juice.
You know what celery powder is naturally high in? Nitrates. When your body processes it, it converts to nitrites. Same compound, different source. It's a labeling loophole. A 2019 Consumer Reports investigation found that some uncured meats actually had higher nitrite levels than conventional cured meats. The bottom line, if you're eating processed meat regularly, you're exposing yourself to compounds linked to cancer. Period. What to do instead? If you need deli meat for sandwiches, roast your own chicken or turkey breast on Sunday and slice it yourself. Takes an hour. 0 nitrites. Or just eliminate processed meats entirely.
Your body will thank you. Number 2, conventional factory-farmed chicken. Wait, you're thinking, chicken is supposed to be the healthy option, right? Here's what I didn't know. About 70% of medically important antibiotics sold in the United States go to livestock, not humans. That's FDA data from 2022. Why? Because factory farms pack thousands of chickens into tight quarters. Disease spreads fast, so they use antibiotics preventatively. They're feeding antibiotics to healthy birds just to prevent infection in those crowded conditions. Oh, and bonus reason, antibiotics make animals gain weight faster. More weight, more profit.
Here's the problem for you and me. When animals are constantly exposed to antibiotics, bacteria develop resistance. Antibiotic-resistant bacteria? Superbugs. The CDC estimates that antibiotic-resistant infections cause over 35,000 deaths in the U.S. annually. Globally, over 1.27 million deaths per year, according to a 2023 study in The Lancet. Now, here's the scary part. I sent 3 conventional chicken breasts to a lab, regular grocery store chicken from a brand I'd been buying for years. The results showed detectable levels of 4 different antibiotics. Even if you cook the meat thoroughly and kill the bacteria, resistance genes can still transfer to bacteria already in your gut. The European Food Safety Authority confirmed this. You're literally creating an environment in your body where antibiotics might not work when you actually need them. What to do instead? Look for chicken labeled certified humane pasture-raised, or at minimum, organic. Organic certification prohibits antibiotic use. Yes, it costs more, about twice as much. But here's my strategy. Eat chicken less frequently, but make it quality. 3 times a week instead of every day. Your wallet adjusts, and your health improves.
Number 3, conventional grain-fed beef with added hormones. In the United States, it's legal to give beef cattle 6 different growth hormones, 3 natural and 3 synthetic. The idea? Make cattle grow 15 to 20% faster. More profit per animal. The beef industry and FDA say residue levels are too low to matter. The European Union disagrees. They've banned hormone-treated beef since 1989 because of concerns about cancer risk, early puberty in children, and hormone disruption. So, who's right? Well, a 2019 study in Environmental Health Perspectives found that hormone-treated beef consumption could contribute to early puberty in girls. Another study linked red meat consumption to hormone-sensitive cancers, like breast and prostate cancer. Now, will one burger destroy your hormones? No. But consider this. If you're eating conventional beef multiple times per week, every week, for years, those small amounts of synthetic hormones add up. Especially when you're also exposed to hormone disruptors from plastics, personal care products, pesticides, and other environmental sources. Your body has to process all of it.
When I switched to exclusively grass-fed, no-hormone beef for 3 months, my energy levels stabilized. No more afternoon crashes. My follow-up blood work showed my estrogen levels had dropped into a healthier range. My doctor said, "Whatever you changed, keep doing it." What to do instead? Look for beef labeled 100% grass-fed and grass-finished. Just grass-fed alone isn't enough. Cattle can be grass-fed for part of their life, then grain-finished in a feedlot. Also look for no hormones added or organic certification. Yes, it's more expensive. Same strategy applies. Eat less of it, but make it quality. Quick bonus warning, farm-raised fish, especially salmon. About 90% of salmon sold in the US is farm-raised. These fish are packed in ocean net pens and fed synthetic astaxanthin to make them pink. Wild salmon get their color naturally from eating krill. But the color is the least of your problems. A 2004 study in Science found that farm-raised salmon had significantly higher levels of PCBs, dioxins, and other contaminants compared to wild salmon. Some samples exceeded EPA health guidelines. Why? The fish are fed fish meal from contaminated waters. Toxins accumulate up the food chain. Plus, they're treated with antibiotics and pesticides to control disease and sea lice. I tested farm-raised Atlantic salmon versus wild-caught Alaskan sockeye.
The farm-raised had PCB levels 8 times higher. And here's the kicker. A 2019 Oceania study found that 20% of fish in the U.S. are mislabeled. That wild-caught salmon might actually be farm-raised. What to do instead? Only buy wild-caught salmon, specifically Alaskan, or choose other low-contaminant fish like Pacific sardines, Atlantic mackerel, or anchovies. Check Seafood Watch for current recommendations. All right, let me give you the practical framework I use now. Step 1. Eliminate or drastically reduce processed meats. Cut out bacon, sausage, hot dogs, deli meat. If you absolutely must have bacon, limit it to once a week and choose brands without nitrites or celery powder. Step 2. Choose quality sources for fresh meat. For chicken, certified humane pasture-raised or organic. For beef, 100% grass-fed and grass-finished. For fish, wild-caught only. Alaskan salmon, sardines, mackerel. Step 3. Eat less meat overall, but make it quality. Instead of meat at every meal, aim for 3 to 5 times per week. Fill the gaps with eggs from pasture-raised chickens, legumes, and plant proteins. Step 4. Prepare meat properly. Avoid high-heat grilling that creates char. When meat is cooked above 300 degrees Fahrenheit, especially over open flame, it forms carcinogenic compounds. Choose baking, roasting, or steaming. If you grill, marinate first. Studies show marinades reduce carcinogen formation by up to 90%.
So, what happened when I made these changes? Week 4. Energy levels improved dramatically. That 2 p.m. crash disappeared. Week 8. Blood work showed my inflammation markers dropped from 3.1 to 1.2 milligrams per liter. LDL cholesterol dropped 18 points. Month 4. I lost 11 pounds without trying. Friends started asking what I was doing. Month 6. Follow-up physical. My doctor looked at my labs and said, document this protocol and keep doing it. Inflammation now at 0.8 milligrams per liter. Cholesterol in optimal range. Blood pressure improved from 128 over 82 to 118 over 76. Unexpected benefits? My skin cleared up. I sleep better. 25% more deep sleep according to my tracking app. Mental clarity improved. The brain fog just lifted. Here's what I want you to do right now. Pick one thing from this video. Just one. Maybe it's cutting out deli meat and roasting your own turkey. Maybe it's switching to wild-caught salmon. Maybe it's just reading labels more carefully. Start there. And listen, I'm not done investigating. Next, I'm diving deep into the dairy industry. Conventional milk versus organic versus grass-fed. I'm sending samples to the same lab, and what I'm finding? You're going to want to see this. So smash that subscribe button. I spend hours researching and actual money on lab testing because I want to know the truth, and I want to share it with you. No BS, no corporate sponsors, just real information. Hit that like button. It helps this reach more people. Someone you know needs to see this.
Drop a comment. What's the first change you're going to make? Are you cutting processed meats? Switching to grass-fed beef? I read every comment. Remember, you're not just changing what you eat. You're changing how you feel, how you age, and how you show up in the world. The food industry wants you to think you need them. You don't. You have the power to choose differently. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next one.